Hello, everyone. This is Doug Wilkerson with Central Christian Center, Saturday Night Live, Life Recovery Ministry here at Joplin. It's so good to be with you, and I hope things are going your way today. Um, in encouraging word from Doug, I have been wanting to do this topic for a while, and it's inspiration about what inspires you. Really, that's something you ought to think about. What inspires you? What helps you? What flips your switch? What gets you engaged? What gives you energy, motivation? What stirs you up? What engages you? What people? What topics? What activities? Uh, it's good to know what inspires you. You know, inspiration means different things to different people, of course. So it can be a lot of different things. Learning and growing and developing inspires me. Um, One of the things that has always inspired me, I have a plaque in my office, and I have many plaques and different things that people have given me throughout the years. But this was back in the probably the early '80s, I believe. He gave it to me when he was pastoring up um, over in Kansas and Burlington. And anyway, it's a quote that I look at pretty regular, and I know it. And it really touched me when he gave it to me. The quote and of course the gift, but um, it's a quote from Teddy Roosevelt, and the quote is like this. It is, "People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care." Okay, I'll say that again. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's so important that that we're able to convey to people, not that we're smart or witty or intelligent, which that is important. Competence is important, but concern and emotional connectedness is really important. And recent research that I've gone through, one of the things that people connect with you first is that emotional connectedness, thinking that you care about them, and then of course to keep that connection, it's that competence or information that they're looking for to help them. So uh, I've always been curious myself about how to inspire people, and also to keep myself inspired. When you let your own pilot go out, your own inspiration, you can sink pretty quickly. That's what they call in a lot of different mental health issues, recovery issues, and even in the church, self-care. If we don't take care of ourselves, we perish, we die, we get weak. So one of the things I've always been curious about is is how to how I can inspire you to help you help yourself. Okay, um, because I've never been one that want to build a big parade and have a bunch of followers. But what I wanted to do, my desire is really to make a bunch of leaders, help people to help themselves, and then because the deal that I always talk with people about when they visit with me, my deal with them always is, I help you, you help others. That's my deal. So if I help you, I I'm confident that you will take that and help others. I think the Holy Spirit, I think God will see to it because you have something to give to them. And so that's my desire. And that kind of lines up with that old saying from Lassu. He says, to give a man a fish feeds him for a day, but to teach a man how to fish feeds him for a lifetime. And that's what I want to do, is try to give you something not only encourage you but also inspires you. Okay. I also have a plaque that my daughter Whitney gave me here some time back, and it's really right along this line. You probably could have guessed it. It's about on being inspired, and it's you look it up, and it says it's a verb, so it's an action word, inspiring. There's action to it, and there's a couple different definitions. So here's the definitions. Uh, to encourage someone is great. To encourage somebody to greater effort, enthusiasm, or creativity. Number one. Number two is to awaken the part to awaken a particular feeling in a person, and that's always the thing that kind of gets me. I like to awaken that's those parts or things inside of people to bring them awake. And I can usually tell it in their eyes, in their demeanor. You can see when that activity takes off, when the neurons are firing together and the spirit is starting to light up. And so uh, we are. Somebody tried to call me just now, and I kind of through my mental. So that's the definitions, and that's in the Latin. It has inspire, inspirare, to breathe or to blow into. Okay, this to inspire is to breathe or to blow into, and that we look at expire, and that's like exhale. And oftentimes when we talk about expiring, that we make reference to someone passing away or dying, and so that means they've lost all their breath. There's no more breath in them, and there's no spirit either. But to inspire is to get excited, to get stirred up, energized. That spirit can be spiritual energy, and that it's inspire or inhale. Inhale is we're taking in, we're receiving, and that's exactly what God did in Genesis 2:7, where He made man out of the dust of the earth, and then He blew in to man, into us, that spirit, that life, and made him a living soul. He inspired him, okay? That quickened him. In John 20:21 and 22, this is out of the NIT. No, it's out of the NIV. And this is Jesus speaking here in verse 21. It says, again, Jesus said, peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I send you. And with that, he breathed. Okay, this always gets me. He breathed on them and said, receive the Holy Spirit. He imparted something to them. Yes, that was a physical action, but I think there was also a spiritual action, an impartation. And that happens when you have people that come together, or you listen to a message that it quickens you, it grabs you. Not everything hits you. I understand that. But sometimes things get you and they spark you up, and they inspire you and what I want to do that for you, help you with that, to not only just to give you a little sense of a boost at the moment, but to help you and enable you and empower you for all the difficult things of life. So I'm talking about inspiration, and oh Lord, inspire us, quicken us, restore us, turn us on. We have to open up to it. We have to open up to it and receive it. Receive it. Not only mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay? Are you inspired? Okay? Are you inspired? Okay? Are you inspired? What's inside of you? Okay, that's so important. What's inside of you? What's inside of you is what comes out. If I was to squeeze this bottle, you know what's in this bottle, right? It's mustard. It's mustard. If I was to squeeze this bottle, what's in the bottle will come out. And what is that? That's mustard. If I was to squeeze this hand sanitizer, what's in it comes out. Now, when I first squeeze it, it'll be air, but if I turn it upside down, hand sanitizer will come out. If you squeeze an orange, what do you get when you squeeze an orange? You get orange juice, which is the juice in the orange that's what's inside, and it comes out when it's squeezed. I found these little tomatoes, these cherry tomatoes, and if I was to squeeze it, you know what's in there, right? And I thought about doing it, but you got the idea, because whatever you squeeze, it comes out. You squeeze an orange, what comes out? Orange juice. Okay, squeeze a tomato, what comes out? It's tomato juice. When you're squeezed, what comes out? Okay, what comes out? And so we need to inspire ourselves so that we have some good stuff in us. That's what I'm trying to say. Some good stuff in us, so that when we're squeezed, it comes out. And if you don't have enough stuff in there, what's going to happen? Okay, so here we are. I looked in the internet, and there was some things. It says 10 ways to inspire others. And I thought, I'll read those. I wanted to look at them, and so I liked them, and I'm going to share them with you. But the secret here, in what they were sharing, they're saying that how to inspire others. But as I read these things, the secret is that you have to have these things in you to be able to expel them or to inspire with them. Okay, you have to have something in you to give. I talked about that a few weeks ago, I think, if I remember correctly. So when you're squeezed, what's coming out? Well, here's some things to help you in that area. So first, there's 10 of them. First is build up those around you. A little compliment goes a long ways. There's been research about kindness. When you have a act of kindness, it affects you and the person that you've given that kindness to. And if research says, even if someone sees that act of kindness, it affects them, and it affects them. It lowers their blood pressure. It eliminates some of the cortisol in their body, because it does kindness. A kind word enhances our life. So anyway, that can inspire people. Hopefully I can inspire you to do some act of kindness. Let's go number 2. Be enthusiastic. Enthusiasm affects people. It touches them. We were in a board meeting here last week, and my daughter's in charge of the children's church here, and she was given a report in the board meeting about the children's church, and she wasn't trying to act enthusiastic. She just was enthusiastic about what was going on. She was excited what the kids was learning and the things that she was able to do with them, and it was working, and the kids were learning, and they were remembering, and she can ask questions about stuff that they've covered many weeks ago, and they seem to be able to come up with the answers. And so she was enthusiastic, and because she was enthusiastic, that enthusiasm inspired. I know it inspired several people because it inspired me. Number three, have integrity. Integrity is strength and courage. Okay, strength and courage. Strength is when we talk about integrity, we talk about something that is strong, and then and I said courage, but really what I wanted to say is character. Um, Character is you have a sense of being able to take care of yourself, and if you're able to take care of yourself, then you're able to properly affect people around you because you have character. They can trust you, or they can trust you to be what you have presented yourself to be and that you need to be. So, and that strength and character tied together makes you a very competent, reliable individual that people will look to, and they can just look at you from a distance and have that sense of uh, inspiration, or to be inspired, or aspire to be similar to you or like you. Let's go on. Number four is be empathic. In other words, that you're able to connect with people with empathy, with connection emotionally, that you can emotionally connect. And that is the deepest connection. That's what people really are looking for, is to feel that they have been seen and heard. That inspires people. Number five, maintain a positive outlook, and a positive you get what you're looking for. So if you're looking for positive, you're going to find positive. You know, I've talked about the act. Uh, Different parts of your brain that is set to look for whatever you're looking for. And if you're looking for positive, you're going to find it, and that inspires people. Okay, when you can see things, and because I all the time I tell people when they're talking, there may be concern. I can look in and point out positive aspects to them, and it makes the load lighter. Okay. Reticular activating system is what I was trying to think of a while ago. All right, number six, practice gratitude. Attitude of gratitude. Practice gratitude. Uh, and when you do that, you see the world, which is very similar to the one we just had before. But when you see the things and you're grateful for them, that alters you. They says it. Research says it helps you mentally, emotionally, physically. It helps you even be smarter. It makes you live longer. Okay, so and that inspires people. Okay. Let's see. Number seven, stand your ground. Okay, I thought this was very interesting that they put this in here. Standing your ground, and what that meant to me was that uh, people, nobody really likes wimps, wishy-washy type people. Those people that won't stand for anything, but they'll fall for everything, and because people want to have confidence. One of the things that animals do, and kids, and I think adults too, they want to verify the boundaries where they're at, test them. One of some research done about field rats. They will go all the way around the field to make sure where all the boundaries are, so that they are aware. Cats do the same thing. They check out their territory, and so because it's to give them confidence, so they know what's there, and so they're able to do that. So what we need to do is stand our ground, and when we stand our ground, It inspires people. It inspires people. Okay. Number 8, set clear goals and strive to achieve them. Um, um, so when you set clear goals and you try to achieve them, you're actually you're that's a leadership. Uh, um that's a form of leadership that you are leading because you're not just telling people what to do, you're showing them that you can do it, and it inspires them to be able to do it too, because if you can do it, they can do it. All right. Number 9, have passion. What does that mean? That means believe in what you're doing, believe in what you're saying. Don't just do it because you think it's a good idea. You need to believe in it, and because you feel that passion, you feel that sense of belief in people, and you can feel when they're not really engaged emotionally. I had a lady one time told me about what I was teaching. She says, you're different than some of those people because you know what you're talking about, and 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 those are just passing out information that they picked up, and that's because I try to integrate the information so that it's a part of me, and if it works for me, I always thought, well, then there's probably a chance it'll work on or for you. So number 10, um, challenge yourself and others. I believe that God has made us to rise up for challenges, and that we need that, and that God's given that to us, and that when we challenge others and we challenge ourselves, that inspires us all, because then we're all inspired and we're all able to move forward, because God is a forward moving God. Not saying that there's not a time for rest and there's not a time to be shut down, but even that is preparatory to moving forwards, because that's a part of it. Inspiration, I believe it is the spark of God, that He wants to breathe into us that spirit. That's what He did in the beginning. That's what He does all the time. And my prayer for you is that you inhale. Let's all do it together. Inhale. Inhale His presence. Receive that power, that inspiration. You've been looking for some needs to be met. Breathe it in. You've been looking for some insight, some wisdom. Breathe it in. You felt weak. Breathe in some strength, some peace. So today, may the Lord bless you, keep you, and may His peace be on you. Until next time, make healthy choices.